Good afternoon and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be going over how to install a cold air intake on your 2006 Audi A4 Quattro. Stay tuned. Now we're going to test drive my Audi with the stock air intake only. Alright guys, here's my 2006 Audi A4 Quattro. The tools you're going to need for this is a pair of pliers. You want a Phillips head and a flathead screwdriver. Now the first thing you want to do is there's two bolts that hold this intake housing. So this goes into the filter housing. Okay, and on your model, there should be two bolts, one here and one there. This one got taken out a while back. And the cold air intake that you should have should look similar to this. So here you have your filter. This middle section here is your mass airflow sensor. And then it also has another bracket, and then this down pipe, whatever you want to call it. But now this is a used cold air intake, but there's no issues with this. I pulled it off of a parts Audi, so it should be no problem. Also, it comes with an extension boot, which I'm going to use, and then another clamp, hose clamp. Alright guys, I'm going to do my best to show you guys real quick. Alright, so first things first, we're going to take off this. I don't know if you can see, I'm just trying to make it better. We're going to take off these bolts. Now you remember, you're going to have one right here as well, but I just have one for now. So you can take that off. Now this should slide out a little bit here, and then as well, this thing just lifts up from the airbox like that. So now you got the whole thing. Take that right out. Now this sensor will have to come up. This is the power for the mass airflow sensor. So my clip is broken on this side, but your clip should be pretty simple. All you gotta do is put a flathead in here and just pry up a little bit, and then it goes over and should pop out like so. Next thing you want to do is get your flathead. I'm trying to make it so you guys can see. Alright, so take your flathead, just get this band here, just loosen that, and then this is going to pop right off. Now you can take out your airbox, but first we're going to have to get these clips that hold your wire harness to it. Alright, now this should just lift right out. Now there's a pin. You can just put a flathead behind that and pop it out, and this should just lift right up. See all the room that we have now? So depending on what you have, this is the cold air intake that I have. Now this is used. It came out of a parts Audi. Here's your air filter. You got the clamp going to your mass airflow sensor, and this is the downpipe tube. It should look the same, relatively the same, depending on what you get. So for now we gotta disconnect this tubing right here at the turbo. So there's gonna be a hose clamp right there connecting you to the turbo. I don't know if you guys can see that. Now mine is a flathead, so I'm going to take that. I'm trying to make it so you guys can see. Alright, so we're just going to get this hose clamp loose. Now this whole thing is going to pop off. Okay, so now you can take these hose clamps off. This is what I'm going to do, just to reuse those. Now you're not going to need this. This is part of your stock airbox, so we can throw that away. All right, so now you got all this space. You got to make sure that your cord for your mass airflow sensor stays up here somewhere. All this other wiring you can leave on the bottom. It's totally fine. You're gonna have enough room. So here's my, this is basically an extension piece of piping, or tubing. So this one I have just a regular hose clamp. This one we're gonna need some pliers. So go ahead and size this relatively big. Let's see, we're gonna start right here in the middle somewhere. It should pop on relatively easy. Let's see here. Alrighty. Sometimes it don't want to stay. That's fine. I'll try to get it a little closer here. Now it should be alright. So you want to just get that tube on, and make sure your hose clamps all the way down, which it is. And you can move this if you want. You'll probably have it right about there. So now it's tight, it ain't gonna come off. So just make sure and verify that. Now you want to take your cold air intake. I'm gonna put another band on this side here. And then just put this down pipe right in there. So, yeah, like so. Just have it up a little bit there. So now this is connected here. And I'm just gonna get a flathead on this. Tighten this up. Now you can use a flathead on this, or you can use a socket, whichever you see as fit for the scenario here. So we're just gonna give this a tighten up. I'm trying to get this done before my GoPro battery dies on me. I noticed they're not very good at lasting a while. So, all right, so you get that nice and tight. Now we got this installed. It's nice and tight. It's not gonna budge. Alright, so now you can just set this in there any way you want, doesn't matter. Now you just want to make sure you have this plugged in. That's your mass airflow sensor. Mine is a little bit broken here, but it still works. So it's supposed to click when you push this down. My clip is broken, so no big deal, still works. Alright, so that's literally it. That's all you have to do. Alright guys, so we've installed the cold air intake, which was very easy, simple. Now we're going to go test drive it, and I'll show you the difference. I'm going to do 2 angles. I'll do a drive-by, and then I'll try to record audio from inside the cab as well. So we'll get to that right now. That's it. So hopefully you were able to follow along and see how to install your cold air intake. Now keep in mind, it might not sound the same as mine. Reason being is mine has an atmospheric blow-off valve attached to the diverter valve, which makes it sound like there's air released, almost like a chirping noise. But you still would be able to notice a difference just in the sound of the intake sucking up air into the motor. Now this also increases your fuel mileage by a little bit, and also increases your horsepower by I would say maybe 5-10 horsepower. So if you like more of this content, please like the video and consider subscribing. It really helps me out. Until then guys, peace.